Welcome to this week's episode of Concentrated, the podcast about all of the things that we find cool and interesting as nerds of color. I am your host, Maria, and I am here with the lovely Manera.
Hi.
And Eric.
Hey, guys.
That bitch-ass motherfucker who happens to be related to me. Yes, that's who else is with us today. So, we this week are going to be actually covering a topic that came from a listener submission. One of our listeners wrote in and requested that we share some of our favorite lead characters that are of color, just to get some more media to soak in and to consume. So before we get into some of our favorites, Eric, can your bitch ass do the news, please?
I mean, I didn't hear please, but yeah, I can do it.
All
right. So we got a death. It comes from the sports world. A lot of people might know this person. I didn't because I don't really follow boxing, but legendary boxing champion Marvin Hagler has died at 66. I know he was famous for fighting people like Sugar Ray Leonard and things like that. So,
how did he die? Do we know?
It has not been revealed yet, but 66 it's kind of young, but also
I feel
for
like
a boxer, like these guys that, I don't know if you might have had like traumatic brain injuries or CTE or anything like that, but still, even 66 is a little youngish.
Yeah. That's sad. It's like all of the heroes and the really famous people that shaped our childhoods are like all starting to pass, and it kind of sucks.
Very much so.
Yeah. Well, you want to talk about better news?
Yes, please.
All right. I give you some better news. Last week we talked about Raya and the Last Dragon, which we all seem to enjoy. It is number one at the box office this week again.
Yay!
Yeah.
Good, because it's a really good damn movie, and if you haven't seen it yet, see it. It's so good.
Yeah, you can still watch it on Disney Plus if you do the Premiere Pro whatever access for an extra $30, or if you were in one of those places and you happen to be vaccinated, you can go to an actual movie theater. If you're, feeling safe, if you got them good jabs, and you got those immunization superpowers.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I would say I cannot wait.
Once I get vaccinated, I'm going back to the theater.
Dude, have you seen like the meme with the old black guy like just grooving his ass off on some skates going down the road, just living his best life, partying it up? That's me.
Gonna be you.
I'm gonna be that old black guy. You guys just wait and see. It's gonna be so epic. Oh.
Same. I'm very much hoping that they call me back and tell me I can get an appointment soon.
Well, apparently Joey Beans is saying that all adults should have access by May 1st.
Yeah.
So
maybe we really will have a summer movie season. Like, I don't think like summer movie season might still happen. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as profitable as it's been in like the last 5 or so years, but I think it will happen. So maybe we'll hear about Black Widow by July. Maybe
I will do my part. I will go see every movie 3 times to make up for all the movies I did not see in the last year in a movie theater.
Yeah, trust me. Once I'm good and safe and can go to a movie theater, I will be back in the theaters because I miss it. And literally this week is the 1-year anniversary of the last time that I went to a normal movie theater. Like the last time I went to an actual theater was to see Tenet on opening day, but I was basically wrapped in a bubble and not trying to talk to anyone.
In your hazmat suit.
Yeah.
What'd you go and see? Do you remember?
The last thing, it was actually a double feature of The Hunt and Onward. Both pretty fun movies. Like The Hunt was a fun, dumb action movie with a lot of social commentary, and then Onward was a big.
I did not. I watched Onward at home.
Wait, did we see Onward together? You and me?
I saw Onward in the theater. No. I saw it. You guys didn't go see it with me.
But I saw that was the last movie that I saw,
and then it
as well.
came out. Yeah, it came out like 2 weeks later on streaming.
Yeah.
That and remember that and Invisible Man came out the same day on streaming after they had been in the theaters.
Because that was we saw a double feature of The Invisible Man and Onward.
Yeah.
Or maybe I did see it in the theaters. I don't remember.
I don't think you did. I think you saw it once it came to streaming.
I feel like, I feel like I waited because I knew the subject matter, and I was like, ooh, I don't want to cry in the theater. And then I was like, oh, I didn't cry that bad. So,
well, that's because you don't have a heart, but that's
ma'am,
here nor there.
I didn't say I didn't cry. All right.
Well, that apparently Manera's still going on because she hates you.
I'm used to it.
We got a little bit more news.
Okay. Wait, is it good news?
It's good news. I mean, good news relatively if you're a fan of the character. I'm famously a detractor of him. The Batman, the Robert Pattinson Batman, has finished principal photography.
Huh.
Yeah, it had a lot of delays because of COVID, and it should have been out actually, I think, this coming summer or something like that. So I think it's going to be pushed towards the end of the year. But it's done filming, and then now it's just post-production.
I want to be excited. I really do, but I'm not. It's just like
I'm a little excited, mostly because
it's supposed to be Batman Year One, right?
Kind of, and they've already done basically Batman Year One with Batman Begins. A lot of Batman.
You feel like
they even took stuff directly from the comic and put it into the movie in Batman Begins. So yeah, they've kind of already done.
That's the
Batman.
one with Katie Holmes in it, right?
Was she in the first? Yes. And then they replaced her with Maggie Gyllenhaal in the second one.
I hated that one, so I don't remember a whole lot from it.
You hated it?
I did. I know. It sounds crazy. I hated it.
It's my second favorite out of that trilogy. I think Dark Knight Rises is my least favorite, and then Dark Knight is the favorite, and then Batman Begins is the second.
Just
I said
Dark
that
Knight.
was completely out of order, but yes.
No. I get what you're saying. Now, for me, it's just Dark Knight. The other two, they were kind of a necessary evil. It's just Dark Knight for me.
I'm interested in the Batman because I know Robert Pattinson.
You're making that face. I fucking hated Katie Holmes in that movie, and it kind of ruined it for me. Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like Maggie Gyllenhaal was a better actress, and they put her in the movie just to blow her up. So I was like, all right.
Yeah,
I didn't like that I don't think that they look I don't think that they look
look nothing alike.
Yeah, so to me,
and that
it was
was another
like,
problem.
What are we doing? You couldn't find somebody that could be.
Sometimes you'll level up to a better actor. I mean, look at Johnny Depp in Crimes of Grindelwald. Now we're getting Mads Mikkelsen, who I think is a better actor, and honestly, legitimately scary.
I mean, yes, but like the whole thing was supposed to be that she was so hot, and like I got that with Katie. Not so much.
A little. You got it a little with Katie. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, but yeah, you're right. You get it a little with Katie, but you don't get it at all. Just saying.
I disagree.
You think she's hot?
Maggie Gyllenhaal, not Katie Holmes. Well, Katie Holmes is.
Wait, you think Maggie Gyllenhaal is hot?
Yeah, I think she's
that's
more
why I'm
attractive
making
than
that
Katie Holmes.
face.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yes.
Huh.
I think she looks poor.
She
I
kind of
didn't
has
say
a potato
I wasn't
face.
going for her money. Jesus Christ.
No. Poor as in malnourished and
she's got a potato face.
And I know that she's not because her and Jake, their family is very well established. They just look very poor, like kissing cousins or such.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying.
No. She's a great actress. Listen,
my own personal
I
preferences.
enjoy her, but she. No, I'm not. And listen, I'm not trying to.
Nobody's coming. It's just it's interesting for you, like because we know some of your other babes and boos, and Maggie's not up to par with your other babes and boos. So I think she's a good actress. Surprising.
She is a good actress.
You're attracted to her talent, not her physically.
A little bit of both.
Okay,
I can like what I want. Don't tell me how to run my life.
No one is saying anything.
I think she's growing into her look.
Whatever
she's 40
you got.
years old.
I was gonna say,
and now she looks a little better. Like she looks a little better.
I like what I like. You guys can like what you like.
Didn't she have a kid? Didn't she have a kid?
I think so. She probably has a kid.
I don't know.
I think that put a little bit of nourishment back into her. And
that's what it is. She's too slim. Yep. Yes. I think that's exactly what it is. She needs a sandwich.
Yeah.
However you guys want to.
It's like Gwyneth Paltrow, a little too skinny. Like she needs a sandwich.
Her never did anything for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I guess we'll hold out and see. Like, I've had my doubts about Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Here's the thing. I think
he's a great actor, though.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
He's a great actor, so I just need to see it. And I really...
He's a great actor, and much like most of the previous Batmen, for the exception of Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton, our other Batman is also British. Christian Bale was very British. and we all know they're better actors than we are. So,
but you forgot about Val Kilmer. Don't do that to Val.
I wasn't bringing in the Kilmer, Clooney, Keaton Batman.
Okay, fair enough. All right,
because I have plenty of issues. I have plenty of issues with those movies. I think, and I'm going to say it, and I'll say it with my chest. I think they're overrated. And not just the bad ones.
The original Batmans?
The Tim Burton ones. Yeah, I think they're overrated.
Yeah. No, I think all of them are overrated. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Yeah. I don't disagree with you at all. I think they're all overrated. I think that Val Kilmer kind of gets the shit end of the stick. He wasn't actually a terrible Batman. George Clooney was the worst Batman ever and should never, ever, ever, ever do another superhero movie. But yeah, otherwise...
He did okay with what they gave him. The movie was terrible. He couldn't do much about that. He was the it actor at the time. Everybody wanted Clooney. So,
I mean, he's hot, but still.
I like Pattinson in the role because he's also come out and talked about how he didn't work out and he didn't want to feel the pressures that Hollywood puts on men, especially when they do these superhero roles where they have to get super shredded and, do parkour and all that shit. And he was like, no, I'm an actor. I just want to play the role.
Good.
Because it puts a bad example on other people doing superhero roles.
Yes, I agree with him wholeheartedly. The best that I can hope is that we'll get like a Heath Ledger quality type performance out of him. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen. I really like the suit.
He's capable of it. You know what I mean?
I like the suit. I'm not so big on the car, but at the same time, like they're doing their own thing, and I like the director. I've enjoyed his previous work, so I'm interested to see where it goes. I just hope they don't try to force it into this DC extended universe. If they wanted it to be their own one-off thing, then let's do the one-off thing and see how it goes. Especially with all the hoopla behind the Snyder Cut. I don't want any more of that.
Wait, you're not excited?
We'll talk about that at the end.
All right. Next story. You got anything else?
Yeah, I got a quick jaunt over to our favorites place, Scumbag Corner. And,
why?
And in this one,
it's less. He knows you want to.
It's be less there. The person that the story is about, and more the people. And the people being the internet. You guys should know this person, Katie Leung. She played Cho Chang in several of the Harry Potter movies. Apparently, she revealed this week on a podcast that she was on that when she was cast in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, she decided to Google herself to find out, just the internet buzz, see if people were feeling it. And she ran along a lot of racist content about her casting. And then when she brought it up to the studio and her handlers at the studio, they basically told her, her exact quote on the podcast, I'll quote it now. I remember them saying to me, "Oh, look, Katie, we haven't seen these websites that people are talking about. And, if you get asked, just say it's not true. Say it's not happening." And she says that she nodded her head and was like, okay. I've seen it myself with my own eyes. And they were like, just treat it like everything's okay. So.
As you were told to do as a person of color.
Well, not to mention she was also a 16-year-old actress at the time.
She was also a fucking child. Like, where was anybody? This is another example to me of the problem with like child actors in general and how scumbaggy parents get. And I'm not going to say that her parents were scumbaggy. I don't know what their situation was, but in general, with a lot of these child actors, you hear these stories after the fact, and what comes out is like, yeah, mom and dad were just like, do whatever you need to do because, well, you make the most money in the family now, so you need to keep making that money.
She's also a 16-year-old Scottish girl. She's probably probably her first role. So you do what you got to, but yeah, it's not good for anybody.
That sucks. Also, internet, you guys are scumbags. Not all of you, but those of you that just go out here, a good 3/4 of the internet, I'd say. I think that's a fair number.
I love seeing you add it up too. That was cute. You were like a good
3/4.
Yeah, 3/4. I was gonna go 9/10, but that might be a little too high. Like I have a little bit more faith in humanity than that.
I failed math a lot, so you got to keep it in. I can only do so many fractions.
Gotcha. All right. Anything else?
That is it, honestly. Yeah. Oh, we did just get the breaking news that everyone's favorite and friend of the show, because if he ever wants to be on here, we'll absolutely let him. I'll boot one of you if I have to. Taika Waititi has just won a Grammy.
I want to be clear.
Congratulations.
You can't fire us.
I'll do what I have to.
Off the show?
I'll do what I have to get halfway to EGOT winner Taika Waititi on the show. because he's got an Oscar and a Grammy now.
You can't do that to us. Know
let,
that.
Let him get an Emmy for What We Do in the Shadows.
If he hasn't, though, in fairness, he should have already gotten an Emmy.
Yeah,
because
the second season is amazing. I know he's not really involved in the new season because he's busy filming Thor: Love and Thunder, but get that man an Emmy.
Well, congratulations to him. We do love him, but you cannot boot us off the show.
I mean, if Idris Elba was like, "Hey, I want to be on your show," and you guys were like, "Well, we need to kick Eric for an episode," I'm fine. I'll fall back.
Why? Why can't all four of us be on the show together?
We can't afford a fourth mic, and Idris Elba was like, "I want to use his mic. It looks comfy."
No. I'd be like,
you know what?
You know whose mic is actually comfy? My mic.
You're like, here, come sit on my lap.
Right here, Idris. I got you. Yeah.
You're like, I want to use man's mic. Man's mic look comfy, and I'll be like, all right, well, whatever. You just don't hit me.
But you're bowing out. So
if I need to, I do it for the show. I do it for you guys.
Get out.
No, sir.
Well, we're not sacrificing ourselves for the show so that you can shut up. Anyway.
Just know I'll cut your feed and put Taika on there if I need to.
You can't fire us. Like, stop it.
Just for an episode. You're taking a nap. Manira is sleepy. She's gonna take a nap so Taika can be on the show.
No, I have questions to ask him.
Right? Maybe
you write him down. We'll ask him for you.
No.
Well, it doesn't sound like it'll be we because you're getting rid of both of us. Right.
Again,
no, just
can't
one.
Fire us.
If I have to.
Now it's just one?
Just doing what I need to do.
This is some bullshit. All right, guys. Well, now that we know where Eric's allegiances lie,
if he hit me in the DM and was like, "Oh well, hey guys, no feeling Maria, not digging her vibes. Can you boot her for a show?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, you know what, we can. I don't feel her vibes either." She's kind of a dick.
No, you jerk. What?
Nope. He's like, "Oh,
you can't.
I'm not feeling it. Sorry, my friend, I can't do it."
Eric has really shown his whole ass today. We now see all of his colors. All right. Well, since
as
Eric's
soon as we write up these contracts,
right, you are out of here. All right. So, as requested, we're just going to talk a little bit today about some of our favorite characters of color, lead characters of color across media. I think, knowing us, we'll probably stick primarily to like comics and stuff like that. But, we're just going to throw some stuff out there for you listeners and viewers. So hopefully we'll introduce you to some characters that maybe you're not already aware of. So since Eric wants to be a dickbag, Manira, I think I'm going to start with you. Who would you like to throw out into the mix for our listeners and viewers?
I am going to go with Michaela Coel.
Okay.
And she is a writer, producer, and actor, and just an all-around great British person that everyone should know about. I found out about her through, I believe it was her first ever sitcom, Chewing Gum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was the
I would say that was her first. Yep.
Yeah, it was on Netflix. It was a ball of fun, chaotic, just when you give someone who has really no business getting a sitcom but has a great mind, a sitcom.
Yeah.
It was perfect. I loved everything about it and was very sad when it didn't come back for third season.
Yeah, and then we found out
why
it didn't, and then we got her next show because of it.
And I love her even more. This may kill me or you.
I may destroy you.
I may destroy you. Mm-hmm. I watched it in a week. Was it a week? Am I lying? Was it a week?
No,
it might have been, unless you waited, because remember they were airing it. It aired earlier in the UK than it did here because it was on HBO when they aired it here. So, the English hooks up. Yeah, the English hookups. We saw it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I put it right into my vein, and I cried every episode. Some of the episodes weren't about me. It was just a situation that happened, and it happened so frequently that, I cried for that. Some of the situations have happened to me, being that I am a woman in the world. And
they also did such a good job on that show of like not just highlighting like this isn't just her story, it's also about a lot of other people and their experiences as well.
I found myself really crying at the very end about her roommate because I overlooked that situation, and that hurt my feelings. She's a star, and if you are not following her, you should. I completely forgot that she did a musical love romantic situation on Netflix. And I didn't watch that. It completely slipped my mind, and so I put that in my queue as well.
Called.
I want to say Love Detail or something.
Wait, she's also a great actress. She's been in episodes of Black Mirror.
That's what I was going to say. And her Black Mirror episodes were
she also had another show, Black Earth Rising, which was also really good.
Yeah, I don't think gets enough credit. And I feel like if you are looking for a Black woman writer along the lines of Issa Rae, like if her and Issa Rae got together, fuck.
Yeah, she's like UK Issa Rae in my opinion.
Yeah, they are just. She's
that's actually a
wonderful.
really good way to describe her.
Yeah, she's wonderful. And so, if you're looking for anything, start out with Chewing Gum and then work your way through everything that she's done.
But also make sure you catch the Black Mirror episodes because,
legit, she's on the one. What was it? USS. Colson or whatever about the video game. Yeah, she's
on the first
episode.
one when as the not the flight attendant but the clerk.
Yeah, the airline desk employee or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah,
the one with Bryce Dallas Howard with the social media running basically the world. So yes. So
you mean kind of like how it does.
Yeah, I mean, listen. That's
it's not
what Black Mirror
did.
did.
Black Mirror. That episode is basically about social media being your form of credit, and if people don't fuck with you, then you don't. Society as a whole doesn't fuck with you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but the one with the video game was also the Star Trek one.
Yeah,
that was. She's just really good, y'all, and it's like, regardless of the role she is, like sometimes you have certain actresses or actors that. Like they just play themselves in every role and it gets a little old. I feel like regardless of what role she plays, she is herself, but she is not playing the same person in every role. Like I know that sounds weird, but it's like it's very much her, but it's also very much her in the role. And she's amazing.
Yeah, she puts a bit of herself in every character she plays, and not like a cheesy way, like
not a Nicolas Cage way,
not like Terrence Howard, where every movie is Terrence Howard playing Terrence Howard. Let me get some of that armor, man. Come on, Tony, man.
So,
all right, Eric.
Okay, go ahead. War machine, man. Fine, you can talk.
I'll say because he's got to get it all out. Are you done? Are you ready to give us one of your heroes or one of your recommendations?
I don't know, man.
Stop.
Yeah, I don't want to go for the obvious one. Everyone is going to say Miles Morales, and to that, I can't disagree. Hang on, I had a little list here because. I'll go with my other obvious one, John Stewart, the Green Lantern, not the first or the second or the third, the fourth Green Lantern, and he came from the show. He wasn't even in the comics before. Well, he was in one comic back in the 70s, but he is the Green Lantern that a lot of people that look like us associate with. No one gives a shit about Guy Gardner or Kyle Rayner or Hal Jordan. No, it's John Stewart, and he is the most relatable in my opinion. He is a former Marine, and he became the Green Lantern during the show. If you've ever seen Justice League Unlimited or Justice League the show, when they decided they wanted to put a Green Lantern, they made John Stewart. They took this very obscure character from the 70s. They threw everyone's favorite voice actor of color, Phil LaMarr, also from Mad TV and Pulp Fiction and Samurai Jack. And if you've ever watched the cartoon, you've heard his voice in something. He was also Aku. Not Aku, Samurai Jack, but Aku was Mako, and then Mako died. I'm going off topic. Yeah, John Stewart is probably everyone's favorite Green Lantern. He's the most relatable one. He's not a dipshit. He's not a dick. He is what you want in a Green Lantern, someone who uses willpower. And over the recent years, since he's become an actual comic character, they've focused more on his issues of race as opposed to him just being a black guy in space.
Does he have like his own series?
He does. He's had it off and on. Not a movie or comic series, but the rumor is that when they reboot Green Lantern for the DCEU, that they'll be focusing on him. I know a while back the big rumor was that it was going to be a buddy cop thing where somebody was going to be playing Hal Jordan, but he was supposed to be training John Stewart. They described it as like a lethal weapon in space.
Though. I don't want that. I don't want that.
I don't know. I feel like you kind of have to do the original, and a lot of people have. That's the other problem. A lot of people have a bad taste of Hal Jordan from the Ryan Reynolds movie, but Ryan Reynolds is nowhere involved, which is very smart. You kind of have to like. Here's the thing with Black superheroes and superheroes in general when it comes to people of color. I know somebody mentioned it recently where they're like, "Oh well, we don't want." Superheroes of color taking over the role of an existing superhero.
Yeah,
we want
I
our
said
own
that.
superheroes. That makes sense, but at the same time, you have to make these characters relatable. I know a lot of times, not every superhero can be T'Challa, the Black Panther, the king of Wakanda, and all that stuff. Like the problem when it comes to writing characters of color, people focus too much on that instead of making them an actual human and then having the fact that they are a person of color be part of their character and not the whole thing. Like just because they're a superhero doesn't mean they have to work as an activist at night or they're a lawyer defending, doing pro bono work for underprivileged youth or whatever the fuck. No, you can be a normal person. And the fact that you're Black or Latino or Asian, that can be a driving part of your character, but it doesn't like, you don't have to like the thing that they used to do in the 70s and 80s and 60s. They would put Black in front of the name of the character. So you had like Black Lightning or Black Vulcan, as it's called in some sorts. Like you don't like, I don't need to be Captain Puerto Rico for me to be a Puerto Rican superhero.
Are you sure? I want that. I want you to be
I
Captain
think there
Puerto
was
Rico.
a Captain Puerto Rico at some point.
Yeah, his name is Captain America. Because look at that costume, y'all. That's the Puerto Rican flag on his chest, not the American flag. Just saying.
Well, I mean, he is from Brooklyn, so if he was from the Bronx, maybe.
Question: who, if they are doing a Jon Stewart movie, who would you like to write it?
Write it?
Yeah. Because I mean, listen, it's going to be a DC movie, and I want it to be a good one so that I can go and see it and support it. I don't want to be sitting up in there,
I think we've given too many characters to certain people, like Malcolm. What is it? Malcolm D. Lee or Malcolm Little, the guy who wrote and directed the Fantastic Four movies, the first two, not the third terrible one. I don't know. I don't want to go for the default of Ta-Nehisi Coates because while I do love Ta-Nehisi Coates' writing, some of his stuff on Black Panther is hit or miss. Like when they start going to space with Wakanda, like the Galactic Empire of Wakanda, it's a bit much. He's an amazing writer, but I don't know. I would like a person of color writing it if possible. But again, I know how the studio system works.
Yeah. And it's DC.
Yeah,
So
especially because it's DC.
And it's DC. Don't forget that part, guys, because DC stays.
They don't have the best
up.
track record. Somebody asked Ray Fisher how that's going.
I mean, he's let us know. And all these women came out and were like, yeah, same.
But for different reasons.
Right.
Joss Whedon's just an all-around terrible person. Not just racist.
No.
But that's just a little bit extra sprinkled on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so read up on some Jon Stewart books if you want. He's one of my favorite Green Lanterns, which is not an easy thing to say because I don't really fuck with Green Lantern like that. I've always been more a Sinestro fan or some of the other cores, which at a point they became kind of the Care Bears with rings. So
That's not nice.
No, it's true. Like,
don't do this Care Bear slander.
In the early 2000s, they were like, "Oh, well, we have the Green Lanterns, and then we have the Sinestro Corps or the Yellow Lanterns," and they were like, "Wait, let's explore the rest of the color spectrum." And then like, Green Lantern is will, Yellow Lantern is was it like fear? But then they were like, Orange Lantern is avarice, and then Indigo Lanterns are love, and they went through the whole spectrum of colors and emotions.
Just feeling kind of Care Bear scary.
Yeah, I was like, you guys basically became the Care Bears. Like blue is hope and things like that. So
Oh no,
like,
now it's Care Bears.
Yeah.
Now he went all the way down.
Red is anger or rage.
Are they going to give us a Care Bear stare while they're at it?
They've done it before. And
the Care Bear stare?
At certain points, they have to combine, and they're like, oh, emotional spectrums, let's make a real person. That's kind of how it worked out. Thankfully, they've kind of dialed it back a little bit. Like, the rest of the cores exist, but they're not as prominent as they were. Like, for a while, like when Blackest Night, Brightest Day came out in the early 2000s, they were big runs in the Green Lantern community. So, yeah. And of course, everybody became a Lantern. The only, like, inspired choice out of that whole thing was when Scarecrow became a Yellow Lantern. So like it kind of rejuvenated him because he couldn't feel fear anymore because he OD'd on his own gas. So he became a Yellow Lantern, fun. And it kind of, he was like, oh my God, I can feel things again.
All right. So I'm just
I went way off topic on that one, so go for it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna throw some names out there. I'm not gonna get too heavy in the story because I really want to give you guys like plenty of opportunity. But if you are into Latina superheroes, there's two off the break that I can think of that I don't think people talk about enough. First one is Ava Ayala, aka White Tiger.
The White Tiger.
The White Tiger. She shares our last name.
I was going to say.
No relation.
No relation. No relation. We are not from her clan or the Del Toro clan.
She is from New
Brooklyn.
York. So
yeah, she's a Brooklyner.
If she was a real person,
I'm sorry,
we
she's
definitely
from the Bronx, not Brooklyn.
Yeah, if she was a real person, we probably would be actually related to her.
Yeah, we most likely would.
Apparently, our family is like fucking Johnny Appleseed going through the fucking New York area.
We are. But if you don't like that version of the White Tiger, you can go to the is it Del Toro, the other version that's her niece. I forget her first name.
I thought she meant, because at one point I believe White Tiger was a dude. That might have been very early on.
Yeah, early on, because basically it's a tiger amulet passed down through clans, yada yada yada. Ava Ayala, go look her up. She's pretty badass.
She's also a big character on the Ultimate Spider-Man show that came out.
Yes, she is.
Maybe a decade ago.
Yep.
And where they were like, oh, we have Spider-Man, but let's also have, they had Power Man and Iron Fist, and they
were all like kids. They were like
it was basically Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Mm-hmm. But it was really good.
Yeah, it was actually good. So the character, for most people that know her that don't read comics, that would be where they would know her from. But she is in the comics. She's an Avenger. You should check her out. Also, you've got Anya Corazon, aka Spider Girl. Miles doesn't have to be the only Puerto Rican with spider powers. We got a girl too.
You have to be way more specific because there's like 4 Spider Girls, and depending on which universe.
I'm specifically talking about Anya Corazon in 616. She is Puerto Rican and Mexican, also from New York. Spider Girl. So if you like spiders and you like Puerto Ricans and you like girls, you got them all right there, all wrapped into one.
You like spiders.
Some people like spiders.
Some people are into spiders.
Who are those people? They have no... I mean, all right. No, I'm not going to shame them.
Some people fucks with spiders.
Some people legit fucks with spiders.
It is not me either.
No. I like my spiders in comic books, biting people and giving them powers. That's the only place I like my spiders. That's it. Nowhere else. So those are the two that I wanted to contribute because, like Eric, I was thinking comic book. And so I was like, I really wanted to, like... call out some folks that people may not know about. Because, I mean, I think we've talked plenty about Miles Morales. We've talked about Jaime Reyes multiple times in the Blue Beetle. Matter of fact, we were just talking a couple weeks ago about how he's about to have a movie. Mm-hmm. Those are the ones that everybody, and which is the Ghost Rider one. Why can't I think of his name right now? I want to say Javier, but I know that's wrong.
No, it's I want to say Sam something.
Yeah, I'm
amazed you didn't say what's her name, America Chavez as well.
No, because that's easy. Everybody knows who Robbie Reyes. Right. That's
Robbie
who
Reyes,
Ghost Rider is. Like everybody, if you were to go right now and search, just like Google search, like top Latino superheroes, it's always going to be Miles Morales #1, and then it's America Chavez #2. And I'm like,
well, we will see America Chavez in Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah, but we're getting a kid version of her, right? We're not getting.
I think she's younger, like a teenager.
Yeah,
kind
we're not
of
getting
like Young Avengers. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, oh, I'm not going to bring up America Chavez because everybody knows America Chavez. I wanted to really highlight some characters that people may not know about and say, like, go check these characters out. So yeah, those are mine. Manira, did you have some more?
No,
because you're looking like
because I'm trying
you guys
to
are these
think,
damn
like,
comic
but
books.
I feel like I don't know. Okay, so this is how I feel with the push of the Black Lives Matter movement. Now everyone is like, let's do this, let's bring this person forward. So there is a lot of media that has been brought to the forefront, which would have been, pushed and has been pushed recently. So I'm trying to find something that like is little known, and it's hard.
Well, I've got another one really quickly, and it goes. So if you are an avid listener or watcher or viewer,
I want to preface what I said being that I don't think that the Black Lives Matter movement is a bad thing. I think that I think that it is a good thing. I also think that with that has brought more eyes towards, that there are different places there are different forms of media and people of color that you can use instead of the plain regular white people. Does that make sense?
Yes.
No,
does that
make
sense?
sense?
Okay.
No, I completely got what you were saying. Like, I understand why you wanted to come back and put the addendum, but I understood what you were saying the first time.
Well, if you wanna keep it in superheroes and give a little love to the Asian American community, you also have Silk, who is one of the Spider family. She is Korean American, and on the same topic, you also have Amadeus Cho, who is I believe also Korean American, and he was the Incredible Hulk for a little while, or one of the Incredible Hulks.
Yes,
and
sorry,
he's also
Maria,
a genius character.
I talked over you. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, Eric. Thank you for doing that, because I was like, oh, there's more, and I was thinking Silk, because in the Spider family you get a lot of.
There's a lot of Spider people.
There was a lot of Spider people.
Also,
so thanks
Silk's
for calling out.
Costume is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, if my ass was ever skinny enough to pull that shit off, I would definitely cosplay as Silk, because her costume is so badass. But I'm not. I'm fluffy, so I'll probably be Gertie yet again. Anyway,
I mean, you don't have to be. Trust me. I know everyone's on body positivity and whatnot, but like, if going to BlurredCon proved anything, it's like just because you have a certain body type doesn't mean you have to be a certain type of character.
That's true. But I also don't know how to sew, and I'm lazy. Like, everybody was out here picking up amazing skills during the pandemic. Nah, I didn't.
There's a girdle that you can wear. Like,
there's plenty of people you can hire.
I will help
to
you
make
get in that girdle. Don't even worry about it. We'll put you right into that suit.
So you can commission you a creator to make the suit that you want. There's plenty of people out there who would love the opportunity to make the costume. And also love the money.
I would, and I have no problem. I'm all about supporting creators. Like, I just need BlurredCon to like happen. And as soon as we have like a confirm that we're, obviously vaccinated.
July 19th through the 21st, I believe.
Yeah.
So they are going to do it?
They're doing it in person this year. I'm assuming they're also being very optimistic about the amount of people getting vaccinated. So, and that could change if, come June, there's still too many people fucking about out there.
Listen, I plan on being vaccinated by July, and also I've got no problem. I have no problem doing cosplay that includes a mask.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I don't know. Being that I have not been, as none of us have, around like a lot of people. I don't know how that will feel for me. Well, but that's just me.
Well, see, remember, I went to Vegas during the pandemic, and I traveled to Vegas a lot. It wasn't normal Vegas with tons of people. So like to us, it felt empty, but there were still a lot of people. Everybody was masked up. But then again, in Vegas too, like they literally had like county police walking through the casinos. And if you pull down your mask for more than a second to like take a sip of something, like they would pull you to the side and be like, put your fucking mask on. So
they need it like they got in, I think it's India or Pakistan, where the guys ride around on bikes with sticks and beat people that aren't wearing masks. We need that here.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously I was a little trepidatious when we left. Like I was a little concerned. I was like, oh, but if I feel uncomfortable, we'll always just stay in our room or whatever. But, it was after like the first hour of being there, it felt fine. And then there was always the panic when I came home, like, but what if I wasn't as careful as I thought I was? And ... But we did our, quarantine when we got back. We never had any symptoms. Everything was cool. So and then again, if we are vaccinated,
I was saying that's the big thing. And even once you're vaccinated, maybe take it slow. Like after 2 weeks, which they say is the proper period to give your body the amount, the ability to get comfortable and the efficacy of the vaccine to build up. Then go to a restaurant, go to a movie, go to things where there are some people, but still not like convention people. And then
and also still wear your mask, because that's the other thing.
Still wear your mask.
People think you're gonna get people think you're getting vaccinated and you're just gonna run around here like fuck this mask. No. There are still rules.
Gonna run around and lick doorknobs like ooh
it's like the Little Caesars commercial. Put your damn mask on. There's one rule. Keep your mask on. So
I'm invincible.
So I wanted to point out, because to Manira's point, there has been a highlight of a lot of BIPOC media, thanks to Black Lives Matter, which is a really good thing. But we still have this little nagging thing that happens that...
You mean racism?
You said it, not me. That some of our programming and shows that are coming from BIPOC creators or have BIPOC stars are still not getting the love. And what I mean by that, like they're not getting the chance to mature. They're not getting the opportunity to find their audience.
Are you talking about Netflix?
There are a lot of one and done seasons for shows. Yeah. So one that I would point out, because knowing the listener that submitted this and knowing the wide range of things that she likes, if you haven't already checked it out, there's this kind of Disney type show, like think Hannah Montana, like that vein of like teen show, that was on Netflix called The Expanding Universe of Ashley Garcia. This young lady, Paulina Chavez played the head character, Ashley Garcia, and basically she's a genius and she gets her first job, like she's, already a doctor at 15. She gets her first job for like this NASA contractor, and she goes to live with her uncle, who's like an ex Dallas Cowboys kicker. And they're, Mexican American, and it's like her journey being a genius and also learning how to become a teenager. The show, I believe the showrunner was Mario Lopez, and he has like a little cameo in it. It is so adorable and so cute, and I loved it so much. And of course, after one season, Netflix canceled it. So it's still on Netflix and you can go and catch it, but it's really cute. It's just a little teeny bopper show that'll have you like, it'll make you smile, and it's very innocent. It's not like some of our teen shows now, and I'm not throwing any shade, but like the Grownishes of the world that got these high school kids thinking that college is going to be something completely different than what it actually is. Like, it's not that. It is definitely more along like the Disney Nick vein, but it's really, really cute. You should check it out. Along that same, oh gosh, what was the name of that damn show? It's the hotel one. Manira, help me out because you know
what
how much
you're talking about.
You know how much I love that show.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
No, Grand Hotel. Thank you, Eric. It was the Grand Hotel.
Grand Hotel. Yeah.
Grand Hotel.
Well, listen, if you're doing Grand Hotel,
not involved with Wes Anderson.
Go right into that other
Beauty
one.
and the Baker?
Yes. Although I think they were watching that, but not enough people were. Not enough people.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up a show, and it's a comedy, kind of drama towards the end. But it is one of the things that I consider a good example of how to write characters of color without making the focus about them being characters of color. I was going to mention The Good Place. because three of the leads are you have a Filipino man, you have an African gentleman, and then you have she is what, Indian?
I will look up what she is before we.
I thought she was Pakistani. I'm not
100%
sure.
I believe the character
I'll let Manira look
Indian.
it up. I don't want to.
But you have Tahani, Jason, and Chidi, who are all fantastic characters, and like the fact that they are people of color is not their main, story element. Even though they do mention it when it comes to things like Chidi being from, I believe he's from Senegal, is what he mentions in the show.
Yes.
Yeah, and they do flashbacks to him as a child in Senegal and things like that, but it is not the main focus of his character. And it's just a damn good show. Like, true, your main star is white, but like they're kind of all the main stars because they all have their own storylines.
Jamila is Pakistani and Indian.
Okay.
Oh, we were both right. Look at that.
Yes.
Mom still loves me more.
If we are, what happened?
No, I said, but Mom still loved me more.
Oh.
No, that's not. Listen, we all know who Mom's favorite was, and it was neither one of us.
What if you guys? Well, let me do this for him.
Right? Yeah, you can do that for him. Jerk.
So if we are sticking with Netflix, and
also if you want to watch the Good Place, it is on Netflix, all 4 seasons.
Yes,
I highly recommend it.
So do I, but also don't get invested, but get invested in everyone, because by the end it's just
the last episode is one of those examples of like how to write a near perfect series finale.
It really is. It really and knowing your characters, knowing your characters and ending them well. On Netflix, it is called Juanita. Juanita. I apologize. It is.
Thank God. I was like, please don't tell me they made a show version of Juana Man.
No, it is Alfre Woodard. She plays a single mother who is just tired of doing everything for her children and nothing for herself. And she gets visited by God, what is his name? Not Morris Chestnut. What's the other one?
Boris Kojo?
No. What's the other one?
No.
You know, back in the 90s, like we had a certain group
Diggs?
of. It's not. We had
Not
a certain
Diggs?
group of.
Omar Epps?
No. These are too young. They're too young. Morris Chestnut and. Anyways, she gets visited by who?
Rick Fox?
No, he was still playing basketball.
No. Anyways, she gets visited by a black heartthrob, and he's basically telling her, go follow your dreams, live your life. She decides to quit her job and go on a road trip. The road trip ends in Ohio, and she stops at this diner where they serve only one thing because that's the only thing that the chef can make. She goes back there and she's like, well, I know how to cook. She starts cooking for everyone. And she forms a bond with the chef and basically all the people in this little town. It's so good. It didn't get enough recognition. And I feel like it's because it was about a Black woman, doing Eat, Pray, Love on her own, basically.
That's what I was going to say. This just sounds like Eat, Pray, Love, the Black edition.
Black version. It is. And it's really good. It's super cute. And
Blair Underwood?
Is it Blair Underwood?
Yeah, I just Googled the show and I was like, oh, okay. Now I see who you were going for and why you got confused with certain people. I was like, yes. Blair Underwood is definitely, if it's talking about a 90s, yeah.
Yeah. So it's really good. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's light and airy. There are some parts where it gets a little heavy, but for the most part, it's just, good.
Well, I mean, if it has to get
vibe.
Heavy, that's who you want. Alfre Woodard will fucking knock the shit out of that.
And she does, but she does it in a light, like I said, in a light and heavy role where,
I like it when you see someone who's normally a very serious actor get to have some fun with something.
Yeah. And I mean, there are bits of it. I mean, she's a Black single mother. So there are bits of it that are heavy, but for the most part, it's not, woe is me, I'm a Black single mother. She's just a person, if that makes sense. Which I
like when super serious actors get to have fun. Like I immediately always think of like Anthony Hopkins in the Thor movies and Thor Ragnarok, just having fun.
No, she was having, you could tell she was having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys do, if you watch it.
Awesome. All right. Well, Eric,
you said it's on Netflix?
Before we wrap,
it is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she said Netflix. So before we wrap, Eric, I will give you the floor. Did you have any more that you wanted to add?
Not off the top of my head. Like I said, my original list was, I originally read the request as comic books. So
I don't know that she didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, no, and I don't want to take it away from anyone who is, if you're like, oh, this person doesn't read comics. Like, maybe you want to read some comics. Read some comics. They're good stuff. Yeah, so I originally just read it as comics, so my original list was full of comics. But as we were talking about shows, I immediately thought of Chidi and all of the other amazing characters from The Good Place. And if you're thinking Netflix, I would also recommend picking up Master of None. They only did 2 seasons with Aziz Ansari, and they have a lot of episodes where he is Pakistani, and his family is, his dad and his parents actually play his parents on the show, and they're great as well. So
I'm not wrong in thinking that they're doing another season, am I?
I don't think they are. They did the first 2, and the second season came out in like 2017, I want to say, and they've said nothing about it since.
I thought that they were not. I feel like I read something specifically.
Yeah, I think they're kind of done.
Yeah.
Especially the way that it ended was kind of a happy ending.
But I don't know for sure.
I would be happy if they did.
I think I saw like 1 episode, so in fairness, I'm the last person to speak on it.
I'm just gonna put this right here. And then you go and you do what you want with it.
I don't know where you're putting things.
I thought I put it in the.
Okay.
Did I not put it?
Oh no, yeah, she literally just put a post from Looper in our chat about them actually in January, saying that it's coming.
Well,
season 3 is coming.
I hope so.
That's why I put it with Eric, because he is constantly telling me what rumor is and what's not a rumor. So
like I said, I hope so. I just know Looper is one of those sites where there's like, oh, this is why Hollywood doesn't fuck with such and such anymore, and they're completely like out of nowhere, like, oh, here's why Hollywood doesn't fuck with Chloe Grace Moretz anymore, and we're like, what? I just saw her in a movie that just came out a couple weeks ago.
All right.
So.
That's why I put it in there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I usually take these with a grain of salt, but I would be very happy if they did. I enjoyed the series, and I know he came off of a lot of weird allegations about.
Yeah.
And he came back and he did a comedy special, and he addressed a lot of it. I don't know.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah. So like I said, if it is, great. I'm excited for it. But if not, I'm pretty happy with where it ended. If they didn't do a 3rd season.
Yeah. Same.
All right. So you didn't answer my question, though, Eric. Did you have any more that you wanted to add before we wrap?
I just did. I said Master of None.
Oh, Master of None.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Come on, guys.
That seemed a little cheeky. All right.
You're both pretty, and I love you both.
I was saying, it's nice to see a like non super hyper masculine guy, especially a man of color in one of these shows where it's normally, the down to earth white guy who's kind of kooky. Is like, no, he's I believe he's Indian or Pakistani. I can never remember, but yeah. Why can't he have this type of show?
He is Indian. I know that.
And I believe
whether
the character
or not
is
his
also.
Character, yeah.
I would assume, because his parents play themselves on the show. Or like a TV version of themselves.
I just want to add a little bit of trash TV here.
Okay.
Because
trash TV is good TV sometimes.
Listen, everybody knows about all of the Love and Hip Hops and all of that stuff. But y'all need to get into Bling Empire. The cast is.
It got a 2nd season. Did you hear
it?
Yes.
I haven't watched that. I watched House of Ho, which I fucking loved.
No. Oh my gosh. Please go watch Bling Empire.
Is that the one on Netflix?
Yes.
Okay.
And Anna is the most amazing woman ever. Oh, I love this show so much.
Also, it's okay. So yes, it is trash, but there's heart to it too. Like they genuinely are a good group of friends. And I really enjoyed seeing that for my Asian brothers and sisters. Like I don't like seeing when it's just standoffish. We're rich, but we have really no sense of social skills or anything like that. Most of my friends are Asian because, I mean, not because, but
they just
watching them, they just are. Yeah, watching them, it was like watching my friends. So I'm like, these are the Asians that I know. These are my friend group.
And I think that they did a good job too of like some things that were that may not be familiar to you if you are not of Asian descent or have a lot of Asian friends and have been exposed to the culture. I feel like they did a good job of like helping the viewer know what it was, like what's going on, why this is happening this way. Like the whole thing with like, you know, the surrogacy for baby G's brother or sister and why they needed to get permission.
Treated the way she was.
And why she, like they really broke that down. So like, I didn't really like her character, but then I kind of felt bad for her after I found out how her in-laws treated her and then learning why they treated her that way. So,
and then her husband coming out and saying that on national television that it was him and apologizing, that was big. That was really big.
Yeah. So it's if you like the reality shows, you step away from the Kardashians. They've got enough of our time, energy, money, space, and show these Asian, I want to say characters, but they are people. They're not playing characters. They are themselves. But go show this Asian group of friends some love. You will get probably even more glitz and glamour than you get from the Kardashians, because these folks, like one of the main characters, like she is a billionaire, not a million. She got a B in the front of that. Like there's money, so you're gonna see some shit.
Right.
So I would definitely recommend that folks check that one out as well.
Yeah. No, that was good. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like wrapping it up, we've given you a variety.
Yeah, so not everything needs to be serious. Sometimes you want some trash TV.
You want some trash TV?
If white people can give you all these bullshit fucking reality shows about nothing, why can't people of color have the same?
Yes.
Yep. And it's good. It's good. You know, we've given you a variety of stuff that you can look into. Eric,
you need to watch it.
I probably will. Like I said, I watched House of Ho, which was really good.
I think you will really like Bling Empire. You should definitely check it out. But Eric, I would ask that maybe in the show notes if we can put links to some of the shows and characters that we've like named so that people can easily find them, because I know we went through some of them pretty quickly. That would be cool.
He can't. And then he's yawning. His baby's so tired.
Do what I fucking tell you to do, Eric. Anyway, Manira, I don't think we had any grab bags this week, right?
I didn't see any.
Yeah, I was saying, and again, we didn't tell you guys what we were going to talk about, so
because it was a secret surprise.
Next week's not though.
No. Next week is not a surprise. So as we wrap this up,
we're probably going to get a lot of feedback on the next one.
We want all the feedback for next week's episode.
I don't want any of the feedback for next week's episode.
If I'm going to put in all this goddamn time, you better fucking tell me if you like it or don't like it.
We're going to be reviewing the entire 4-hour Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League.
Apparently
some of us are going to tap out and say that we were sick.
Zack Snyder's Justice League, no longer called the Snyder Cut.
Oh, is that what they've done?
Which apparently they've dropped a new like 30-second trailer every fucking day of the last 2 weeks.
We don't need more trailers.
No, listen, if you're going to give the movie to me in those tiny little bites, go ahead. If I just watch the trailers, will I see the whole movie? Then go ahead and do that.
Zack Snyder needs you to know that he won.
We're going to review it, y'all.
Some of us not by choice.
None of us are actually looking forward to it. Manira is literally being dragged. We're not even lying. Like, we are going to kidnap her and like do the CIA thing where they like put toothpicks in your eyes to keep them open so that she can't like go to sleep, and we're gonna force her to watch it.
Yeah.
So she's not going to be a happy camper next week, guys. But we're gonna review it. You know, if you, as you guys know, our episodes drop on Monday. We record on Sundays. So if you happen to watch it before we record, please, you know, let us know what you think. And with that, let me tell you how you can let us know what you think. Leave a comment below if you are watching the YouTube video. If you are not watching the YouTube video and you're listening to the podcast, you can always send us an email to concentratedpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can hit us up on our Facebook page, which is Concentrated Podcast. Or you can slide into our DMs, I guess. We're approving DM slides for this one.
The Snyder cut, Zack Snyder's Justice League drops on the 18th. So that gives you 3 whole days to get in with your impressions. Or you can just let us know if you think it's going to be shit.
Soldier comes out.
But stop it.
We got a whole other show about that.
Yeah, we're not doing that right now, Manira. So you can slide into our DMs on Instagram. We are at Concentrated Pod to give us your thoughts and feedback on the Snyder Cut. Or you can always give us a call and leave us a voicemail. Also, if you leave us a voicemail at our phone number, which is 301-531-4393. Again, that's 301-531-4393.
Neither one of us were looking at you when you were doing it.
I know, right? If you leave us a voicemail and it's just fart noises, we will know what that means. We will understand that means you thought the movie was butt.
Oh my God. Who's going to do that?
Please
We've got a couple listeners that I can imagine just call in and just straight up making fart noises. And we would know because I don't think any of us are expecting this to be good. Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised.
I'm optimistic.
But
I'm not.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
You can't
maybe
really
I'll just
fuck
get
it up
high.
anymore.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It can't be any worse.
That's the only reason I'm optimistic.
Longer.
It was because the last one was such shit.
Yeah. So now that's what we've got going on for Concentrated next week, guys. But as we've been telling you guys for weeks, we're doing a bunch of different shows. As Manira, the only thing that Manira is focused on this week is the premiere of Fuckboy and Winter Soldier. Oh, I'm sorry.
Madam.
And Winter Soldier.
Don't do that.
I had to get it out my system one last time. I promised I won't do it when we're recording, but
I mean, if
Falcon
you are,
and
then
Winter
I need
Soldier.
Just come up with something more clever. Fuckboy and Winter Soldier doesn't really roll off the tongue as well.
But Anthony Mackie is a fuckboy. Anyway, that is coming out this week. So on our other show, Heralds of the MCU, we're going to pick up right where we left off with WandaVision to jump right into Falcon and Winter Soldier. So you can go ahead and watch that. If you are into MMA, we have Throwing Bows. As a matter of fact, there was a UFC this past weekend that we've already got some shows out, and there's a couple of huge fights coming up in the next couple of weeks. So you can get all that MMA talk going on there. You can also check out Cup and Saucer, not Saucer. I don't know what a saucer is, but a saucer holds a cup, and you can check that out. They have left the Queen's England, and they are now in France, correct?
Yeah, it was a little racist there, so we had to dip out.
There was also a lot of bloody. We needed a blood-free couple of weeks.
We slipped on our way out.
Yeah. There's people getting murdered with cow guns and set on fire and blown up. And we're like, you know what? Let's go to Paris and we'll chill there for a couple of weeks.
We'll want a little sleight of hand.
Yeah, we'll see the Gentleman Thief, and we'll be charmed off our asses.
Mm-hmm. And it's been fun so far.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is good, but Eric has to work on a French accent.
No.
She won't let me.
Because it got real dicey on the first episode.
It got a little American's idea of Paris.
No.
Okay, we can't do that.
I may have quoted, what is it, Lady Marmalade?
Yes.
All right, well, guys, you can check out Cup and Saucer to hear that fuckery. And as always, you can come back here to the OG and catch up on some Concentrated stuff. So with that, guys, we want to thank you so much for watching and listening this week. Again, don't forget to subscribe. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel below, or you can subscribe to the podcast, or you can do both. There is no reason you can't do both. And also make sure that you like the video, because we kind of work hard to put this together. Manira, you all right?
Yeah, we're just bugged. It's fine.
Got it. All right. And so with that, guys, we will talk to you next week. Later. Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.